Welcome, guys. We're going to be going through NG Warrior and Thief Spears today. Let's not delay. Let's play this trailer for everybody, because I know what you're really here for, and then we can talk about it. Let's go. Hopefully I don't blow it everyone's ears. Pause. Saved it. All right, we're good. Calm down. All right. Let's go. Sick. Got some stealth on the Thief Spear. That's good, considering the Ranger does too. This is the one I actually thought they were going to save for last. And she's got some mobility. It's good. Rip everybody's frame rate. Oh, sick. They can like lay down spears that turn into rockets. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Interesting. They have a retreat. Huh. The explosion wasn't the catalyst one, but they have a very, or it wasn't the LE one, but they have a very similar one. Let's watch that again, and then we can go through the article. Let's go. I like the shadow effects on the Thief one. Good to see ArenaNet making animations again, you know? Not bad. I'm liking there's a little bit of mobility on everyone's spear. But going by this, I guess I still think Ranger's kind of juiced, huh? Is what it is. Ranger be juiced, as God intended. Alright, cool. Let's go through the article. That was fun. Yeah, Warrior does look kind of plain. From the title, that also says they deal damage at range, so maybe they don't have that same kind of like hybrid attack that Ranger has, but we'll go through it. Let's jump into this article, shall we? Hopefully everyone can see it. Hopefully it's at a good resolution. Spear, Factor, Warrior, Thief, and Engineer. When Guild Wars 2 Jan Through the Wilds launches on August 20th, each of the 9 professions will have access to a new set of spear weapon skills that have new skill effects and animations. If you missed the expansion details, be sure to check out Guild Wars 2 Jan Through Wilds announcement blog first. They've had a bunch of them. Our blogs last week provided a general Q&A for how spears will work and a sneak peek at new skills for Ranger, Necromancer, and Guardian, which all look sick. This week, game designers Chung Hung Fun, sorry if I butchered your name, Cal Cohen, and Carl McLean from our Guild Wars 2 Jan Through Wilds combat feature team are ready to discuss Warrior, Thief, and Engineer. I didn't know Carl was back. I thought he had been fired in the big firing of years ago, but that's great. I love, he's really cool. Warrior Spears damage from a distance. Warrior Spear is a power-based weapon inspired by ancient Sunspear techniques, capable of striking multiple opponents at range. Interesting. Even though most of their skills can target distant foes, some of them gain increased effectiveness when used at closer targets. That's weird, making opponents think twice about closing the gap. The Warrior Spear auto attack is Mighty Throw, which hurls the spear at a single enemy, shattering on impact and sending spear fragments into other enemies around the target. That seems very engineer. Proximity to the target matters. At closer or as the closer, that's worded very weird. As the closer the target is to the warrior, the more fragments are created. I guess that's fine. Meaning, spear is a ranged attack. Their area attack, the warrior launches the spear into the air, dealing initial damage. That must be what the like jump up and throw that we saw, dealing initial damage and crippling foes in the area of effect. This cripple is helpful to prevent enemies from escaping the aftershock that follows. Okay, so it's a double hit, which is larger. The closer the target is, target area is to the warrior. If breathing room is required, spear swipe propels the warrior backward and an evasive maneuver before sending a gust of wind forward to knock enemies back. I feel like Engineer had something that was basically that with the rifle before they changed the knockback. Finally, the spear burst skill. Harrier's toss allows the warrior to leap up into the air. Okay, that was the leap. Evading attacks while hurling the spear down with explosive floors and dealing more damage. The more adrenaline is spent in the burst attack. So this does seem very plain. You're right, Shaktify. I think also this animation is used on Elementalist. It was in the original preview because that was not a warrior. They had different animations. Alright, let's look at Thief. Chain attacks with the Thief Spear. Thief Spear is a melee hybrid weapon that can be utilized by both power and condition damage builds. It also draws some inspiration from an old system in Guild Wars, one that Assassin players should be familiar with. So there's our familiar spear archetype. The second and third spear skill slots share some characteristics. Each has 3 different states. Geez, holy crap. That will always be... Okay, let's start over. The second and third spear skill slots share some characteristics. Each has 3 different states, but will always be in the same state as the others by default. They will both be lead attacks. Striking an enemy with either lead attack will flip both slots into the next stage follow-up attacks. In a similar fashion, striking an enemy with either of the follow-up attacks will flip these slots into their final state, finisher. Yes, they're both combo finishers. This is exactly what I wonder if they read my original prototype for Weapons Master. This is exactly what I wanted to do if Warrior ever got Spear, actually. It's good to see that at least Thief's getting it. After using one of the finishers, both skill slots will flip back to their lead state, or attack state, ready to start the chain over again. Although the 4th and 5th skills and the stealth attack all gain additional bonuses when following a finisher skill. So that's the skills in the 4th and the 5th slot. So you may want to weave one of those before using their lead attack. Okay, so this is kind of cool. The auto is an auto. The 2 and the 3 are like sequenced skills, so you can sort of combo them. And then the 4 and the 5 gain bonuses if you manage to finish a combo before you use them. This is actually really sick. But failing to strike an enemy with the follow-up attack will reset the chain. Okay, so if you miss, you reset the chain, so you can't just like hold all your powerful attacks and they're not guaranteed. Now that we have a quick overview of the mechanic, let's look at the full slot 2 chain. You'll be able to mix and match skills slots throughout the chain. For example, 3, 2, 3 totally works, but we won't be covering all of the skills today. I might be switching to Thief to try this out. This is really, really, really awesome. The Mantis Sting lead attack is a quick melee skill that inflicts bleeding and crippled. This will flip into Entangling Asp, which poisons enemies and will also immobilize enemies that are affected by movement impairing condition. Finally, we have a finisher skill, Falling Spider. That's terrifying. This skill inflicts bleeding, poison, and vulnerability, inflicting additional stacks against enemies that are either immobilized or under the effects of crowd control. Each skill's bonus trigger conditions are fulfilled by the previous skill in the chain, but these conditions are all things that the thief has broader access to, so there are opportunities to get these bonuses when chaining skills together from different skill slots. This is awesome. Engineer Spear is shocking. I'd say this Thief Spear was shocking. That was awesome. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Sorry for everybody ignoring the garbage on the side of the page. Surviving in certain lightning-prone environments can be a difficult task for the common Tyrian. Engineers, with their indomitable desire to create and adapt, have found a way to turn their knowledge against their enemies as weapons of mass destruction. Let's talk about how we'll be using the spear to dart around the battlefield and dominate targeted foes. The Engineer Spear combat style is melee-oriented with hybrid damage, encouraging you to pick a target and run directly into battle while utilizing a variety of control and damage skills. Your primary skill for this weapon is called Conduit Surge. This skill dashes to your target, that's the dash we saw, I assume, targeted foe, and applies the focused effect to them, charging them for future attacks. Every other weapon attack will apply a bonus effect to work to maintain the focused effect on your foe. Okay, so it's sort of Blast from Monster Hunter. One thing to note about Conduit Surge is that if a foe is defeated under the focused effect, the skill will refresh and allow you to pursue to your next target. Kind of, okay, yeah, got it. So it incentivizes finishing a foe, finishing a foe, finishing a foe. The Lightning Rod skill is constantly available while building a spear. The engineer will create a segmented lightning rod that spins around them, dealing bonus damage to focus targets and gaining an amplify effect, with a bonus for hitting a focus target. The next skill on the same slot, Electric Artillery, when the lightning rod is completed and hovering over your shoulder, you can choose to launch, okay, so that's the rocket, at your charge rod at an enemy, immobilizing them and applying damaging conditions based on lightning rod success. The weapon's fifth skill, Battle Ender, is currently called Devastation. I wonder if they're thinking of renaming it, which allows you to leap to a targeted area, deliver a massive... This is 2 different movement skills on Engineer, that's good. And deliver a massive EMP-style attack, inflicting focused foes with a continuously damaging effect. Interesting, I wonder if that's the new debilitating effect they were talking about? We'll see. Look forward to watching you tear around the battlefield, mixing spears and kits together to cause fear and chaos. Except I don't think they get Chaos Aura or do fear with this. And then they will be back, Twitch live stream June 21st at noon, and there will be a beta event from June 27th. So we got our last preview next Thursday. This looks cool. Warrior looks boring. That Thief looks sick, and yeah. It's not energetic bonk, at least from what they showed. It's kind of like plain and boring, but maybe it has some kind of secret thing they didn't detail here. It looks ranged, which is nice. At least it's ranged, right? I guess they didn't give us the bare minimum. We can switch up the camera here. Which is the correct one? This is the correct one. Maybe it'll trigger, maybe it won't. Yeah, Warrior looks pretty Warrior. Pretty plain. Thief looks amazing. I'm definitely going to try that out. And Engineer looks kind of meh. So maybe they front-loaded this. Maybe in case you missed them, Guardian, Ranger, and Necromancer were some of the flashier ones, especially with, like, I can play this again, especially with some of these, like, Guardian effects being, you know, literally Gates of Babylon. Yeah, this thing, right? It's crazy. Necromancer gets a way to refresh there too, and Ranger gets like all the hybrid attacks in the world. I guess I can just play a different class. It is what it is, right? But this looks sick. Thief looks awesome. NG looks kind of boring as well, although it's nice that they have 2 different mobility skills. And Warrior looks like it's definitely still in the game. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I guess that's our rundown for Spears. Again, mark your calendars. So we will go June 21st at noon. We'll be back next Thursday for another one of these mini rundowns. I'm switching the stream time back, and we're going to keep it that way, probably forever until I die. Monday, Wednesday, and sometimes Friday at 9 p.m. So if you like this kind of content, get subscribed. We'll be doing our regular streams then, and guild giveaways every Monday or Tuesday, as always. But yeah, I don't know, a little bit of a primer, a little bit of a news rundown. I thought it was fun. I think it's balance oriented. So check it out, get hyped or not, and cheers. I will see you in Tyria. Peace out.